Board games. I might be talking about additive design, but I'm not gonna shout. I'm not saying this is a new way to design universally, but at least it is new. It is new for me, and it's a thing that I'm gonna try. Come on along for the ride. Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good whatever it is, wherever you are. 10 a.m. is UK time. Time for Busy Beats and Board Game Blether. And today, my topic was inspired by my pondering in the shower, where I was specifically pondering auction games. Like, I want to make an auction game. What's the simplest turn order until pass auction game that can exist? Let's talk about recent highlights, living life and seeing the sights, recent highlights, playing games and other lights, recent highlights. Yesterday, Jack sent over the front of one of the cards for categorical and a few possible card backs. The card backs need some work. I realised actually this morning that one of the suits was missing, but I made a Kickstarter update and told everyone about it, which felt, yeah, I've done something. Other than that, yesterday, what? Honestly, I didn't do much. I mean, ironically, after the whole show about getting stuff done, I didn't get out. I just kind of crashed. I ate. I had chocolate. I chatted to my friend Liz. I did find out what I had ordered for furniture for UK Games Expo last year, so that's something I'll do. Brilliant thing. What's a little thing which is brilliant? Let's talk about complexity. Now, obviously, complexity is something that, all else being equal, then you don't necessarily want it. It puts up barriers for people. But at the same time, let's talk about strategic complexity, which is a brilliant thing. So there's different types of complexity. I mean, you've got your comprehension complexity. Can you understand this? Can you, when you play the game, can you understand how these pieces work? Can you understand what the rules are? Can you understand what these things do? Then you've got then you've got like board complexity, as Mark Rosewater calls it, where it's like, okay, let's work out how these things interact and what the possible effects are. And then once you really get into the possible effects, there's strategic complexity. And the idea is that you want the board complexity to be simple enough that it's not super overwhelming. You want the comprehension to be simple enough that people can get into your game for the onboarding, but importantly, you want there to be some strategic complexity. So that leads me to what I'm talking about today. Turn order until pass auctions. What is the absolute simple game? Okay, let's imagine every thing that you were bidding on was a set number of points. It would be relatively trivial to at that point to be like, well, our group has decided, or given the amount of money in this game, I've calculated that each point is worth about this much. Sure, if you're not sure exactly what lots will come out, there's some uncertainty, but it's still very calculable, and you lose the interaction. You lose the uncertainty of what other people will want, which is the most joyous part, in my opinion, of turn order until pass auction games. So then you start thinking, well, what if there were little bits of set collection? And what if you had different colours and you got triangular scoring for colours of different orders? So you've got 6 colours, let's say. In which case, that feels not great. It feels like, again, very calculable. It feels slow, far from being strategic. Well, far from being family friendly and simple. It feels like you've got to do a lot of arithmetic to work out what things are worth. So then that leads me to think, well, I want some uncertainty. I want some more uncertainty in this game, not just of, not just purely of what's in there, not just purely of what lots come out, but also more uncertainty of what other people might do. And then I think, well, there's also a side issue of people losing money. If I want it to be a super family friendly, simple auction game, then maybe people need to get money along the way so that they don't just lose everything on the first go and mess up themselves. Maybe I don't want it to be that potentially punitive. So then I think, okay, what if the people who pass, they get some money? What if when you pass, the sooner you pass, the more money you get? So you pass, you get 5 money, then you get 4, 3, 2, and then you actually get the thing which gives you points. That might be interesting. And that's where I'm starting to think, now I'm unsure if this is a terrible game or not. It might be terrible, it might still be ridiculously simple. And then I'm thinking, if we are having multiple, essentially multiple lots where the earlier people get to take money, what if you have also multiple tokens of the colors and then the earlier people put them into the markets? What if the value of those things is determined by the other players? Now we've got some real interaction and uncertainty. Now I like that. Now I'm thinking, okay, so you grab some, let's say there's 5 players playing, you grab 5 things, there are 6 possible colors, I'm just sticking with 6 for now, it could totally change later on, and then everyone who passes puts one of them into the stock value thing, and then the number of each color that's in the stock value thing determines the value. So like if there's 5, then it's worth 5 and so forth. That could be interesting. And then maybe they get some money as well just to keep them in the game. And then the last person who bids the most, they actually get to take something, which the one remaining piece, which might be worth a lot or it might be worth hardly anything. And that feels like it could be interesting. And so at this point, I'm thinking, great, well, now there's a bit of massage. And so I basically just wanted to share that way that I've designed. Look, I'm not saying that it's new or novel to everyone out there, but this is just something that I've been working on for the first time this morning, and so maybe it will help you. Over to you. What are you up to? You can share Potsy if you want to. What are you up to? I'm off going down that road, and then I'm going to go to National Theatre and join in playtesting. And so for now, if you want to check me out, I am stuffed by beds in all of the places. Tomorrow I will be chatting about games with Josie, and then I'll be in Dicini on Sunday, and then speaking to Phil Walker Harding on Monday. But lots of love, and for now, bye 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 bye. This is a goodbye song. Bye 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 bye. Thank you for watching along. Bye 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 bye. This is the end of the show. Bye 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 bye. Now it's time to go. Bye 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 bye. This is a goodbye song. Bye 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 bye. Thank you for watching along. Bye 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 bye. This is the end of the show. Bye 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 bye. And now it's time to go. Bye bye. Bye bye everyone.